What's up, my friends? We're back for another installment of the 10 guitars that I own, this time in 2024. If you checked out my video on this last year, we talked about guitars that I had at that time. Well, I sold some, got some new awesome ones, and I'd like to share all this with you. Okay, first and foremost, let's kick this party off with my number one and my main guitar. This is my newest guitar as well. It's my iconic Salana Evolution. This guitar is, in short, downright phenomenal. We did a custom build at Iconic, and Iconic is the guitar company that I endorse. If you guys haven't checked them out, you have got to check them out. Let's now go over some specs. I'd like to tell you about what we did with this guitar and why it's special to me. Starting off with a all mahogany body. That was one thing I really wanted to focus on. I love the density, the richness of mahogany, and it's just a really cool sound for me personally. We've got an original Floyd on there, got the D-Tuna. We have some extra FU tone miscellaneous parts on here. I've got brass saddle blocks in there. I've got more brass under the hood. We've got a big brass block. We've got a brass claw, noiseless springs, everything from FU tone when it comes to that. Great job, Adam. Thank you so much. Pickups are also made by Iconic. These are awesome, super high output, but extremely clear, and the clarity is amazing. On to one of the biggest selling points of this guitar, the 5A roasted flame neck. This is just downright phenomenal. Locking nut, of course, I've got the Allen wrench holder on the back. I always do that with all of my Floyds, matching headstock. Thank you everyone at Iconic. And if you want to hear more on this guitar, just check out tons of my recent videos. Real quickly, I wanted to let you guys know that I checked my YouTube insights, and it looks like the majority of people that view my videos are not subscribers. So if that's you, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for your support. Moving on now and switching gears to my custom shop, Gibson Les Paul. I showed this one in my video last year on the 10 guitars that I own. This has pretty much been my battle axe for many years. It's the only guitar that I toured with for, I want to say, about 7 years. And it's all mahogany. It's really heavy, maybe like 11 pounds, which is why I pretty much don't take it on the road with me anymore. You know, I've got the Gibson TP6 fine tuning bridge on there, Sir Aldridge pickup in the bridge, classic 57 in the neck. This guitar is held up phenomenally. It's aging really well. And that is my Gibson Les Paul custom shop. Absolutely love this guitar. Let's switch gears now to a guitar that you guys see me playing a lot in social media content. You guessed it, my EVH Franken Strat replica. I got this from EVH Gear early last year, I think. I specifically wanted to make sure that I got this for my content that I put out with Van Halen. He's my favorite guitar player, and if you've been following me for a while, you probably know that. And you've seen a lot of my Van Halen covers. This Franken Strat's great, you know, it does everything that you would want it to do. This pickup is awesome. Totally sounds like Van Halen. Although none of us can play like Van Halen, we can kind of dream. The bridge is great, stays in tune really well. This pickup is not active. I know that's a very common question people have. It's just there for looks, although I'm sure you probably could wire it up if you wanted to. The neck comes aged like that. It's a replica. You know, it's supposed to have that Van Halen Franken Strat look to it. That's another thing people comment on, thinking that it needs to be washed, but this is the way the guitar comes. It's a great guitar, really cool, and let's move on to the next. Now we are back in Les Paul territory. This guitar has a very unique story to it. I bought this guitar, I want to say about 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. And it was my first Les Paul that I had bought. I actually bought it from the same guy that about a year and a half later would sell me that custom shop Les Paul. And I remember when I went to buy this guitar, I thought to myself, there's not many Les Pauls I've seen with this color. I've seen some wine red ones. This isn't wine red. This is very similar, but I'm not even sure the name exactly of this red, but I just know it really, really stands out whenever it's been photographed on stage, certainly in social media videos, stuff like that. And similar deal, same pickups, Sir Aldridge, and Classic 57 in the neck. I've got a push-pull situation on this guitar. It splits very, very nicely. I also have a string butler on the neck. I don't know if you can really see that, but, or headstock, I should say. It helps a little bit with tuning stability, but a cool little addition that's kind of transparent. A lot of people don't really see that usually. So say hi to Leslie. Let's move on to the next guitar. Moving on to Charvel guitar territory, back in Super Strat land. Common theme with me, right? I love Super Strats and Les Pauls. They kind of just do everything for my sound and my taste. This guitar is I believe it's a 2010, 11, or 12. I can't remember exactly. Made in Japan. Very, very neat guitar. First Charvel that I had bought. DiMarzio Tone Zone, DiMarzio Evolution, I believe. Floyd Rose, D-Tuna, got the bells and whistles. So one thing I'll also say about this Made in Japan series, they did a great job with the craftsmanship. Like, you can really look at the attention to detail with the fretboard. I've seen this on every other model as well, just about, that I've come across, Made in Japan, certainly from those years, 2010, 11, 12-ish, something like that. And they just did such a good job during that time. So if you ever come across any Charvels from that time, USA or Made in Japan, I recommend snagging them up. Those are great, great years for Charvels in my opinion. So that's my Made in Japan, Charvel, SoCal. Let's move on to the next guitar. Moving right along, pulled out another Charvel for you. This one is made in Mexico. This guitar is also a guitar that was gifted to me from Frank Hannon of Tesla. It's another one of these machines, Super Strats. It's just awesome. The tuning on this guitar is super rock solid. It has not steered me wrong in really any area. Pickups, I have a Seymour Duncan Exciter pickup in here, and this one's a 59. Thank you, Seymour Duncan, for sending me a couple of these Exciters. They are awesome pickups. You guys got to check these out. 6-pack of tone, all the bells and whistles on here. It's great. The neck feels really, really good. Nice thin C style neck, which is generally what I prefer. And of course I have my Allen key holder on the back there. I do that with all my Floyds, like I mentioned. Great, great guitar. And it's really, really cool for the floating bridge stuff. I love to get all those cool harmonics and flutters and whatnot. That's this guitar. Let's pull it back now to the company that I endorse, Iconic, HSS. Very similar to the new one that I have. Just a little bit different in some areas. Swamp ash body and different color, of course. Got shades of purple in there. I don't know if you can really see that. This guitar is ultra badass. Pretty much used it the majority of last year when I first got it in my hands for all of my touring, a lot of my videos. Still use it constantly. It's one of my main guitars, this and my brand new Iconic that you saw. Stunning craftsmanship. As I mentioned with my other Iconic, that's one thing with them that I truly, truly love, is they take pride in that craftsmanship and having everything just top level every single time. So similar deal, push, tons of different tones, super high output, bridge pickup. These are awesome as well, these single coils. Everything just feels so good. Nice thin C profile. It's very, very comfortable to play. Also got another big brass block back there. This guitar is just absolutely phenomenal. Let me show you up close. Love the reverse headstock. I'm a big, big fan of that. Both of my Iconics have that. Absolutely love it. It's nice to show you this up close. Hopefully you're getting a good glimpse of how awesome this guitar is. It's already got a ton of road wear on it. I've taken this to different parts of the world just in the short period of time that I've had it. Thank you for everything you guys do at Iconic. Love you guys. I'd like to now show you my custom shop Telecaster. Absolutely love this guitar. For any of you that like Teles, or if you have a Tele, you know the capabilities that these guitars have. I call it the desert island guitar. If you can only have one guitar to cover pretty much all tonal territory short of whammy bar stuff, this guitar pretty much does it. I used this guitar with my trio for a couple years for pretty much every gig that I was doing in Southern California. And like I said, it covered so much territory. Yes, I do have a kill switch on here. I put that on there thinking it would be unique and kind of cool, but in hindsight, I'm like, not so much on a Tele. So it's disengaged, doesn't work right now. But nevertheless, you gotta try things out, right? The neck on this is awesome, feels really, really good. I forget the year of this one exactly, but it's a stunning guitar. That's my custom shop Telecaster. Okay, we're rounding the end here, and I'd like to show you this Jackson SL3. Super killer guitar. Thank you so much to the guys at Jackson for sending this out to me last year. Really appreciate it. Since I'm more in the bluesy and rock territory, this guitar doesn't get as much attention from me as it should, but make no mistake, it's an absolute beast. Great HSS combination, really, really cool. I love that this guitar has a neck through on it. Really, really nice and different for this style. Comes with an Allen key holder on the back, which is really, really neat. Great job to everyone at Jackson. Let's go ahead and finish off the day now with my 2017 Gibson Acoustic. This is a great acoustic. I've used it many, many times at gigs, certainly just about for every acoustic performance that I've done. It accommodates the vocal really, really well, which I like a lot in acoustics, of course. I've got the action super low, so it feels really, really good when I'm playing. And all in all, it's just a great guitar, great build. I can't tell you exactly what the wood is on everything, but I can tell you that it sounds good and it feels good. That's going to do it for today's video. Those are my 10 guitars that I currently own in 2024. I suspect I'll end up with a couple more by the end of the year, and I'd love to show you guys those as well and have some fun with it. Like I mentioned before, the majority of people that view my videos are not actually subscribed, so if you can make sure and hit that subscribe button, I appreciate the support and the love. Much more content on the way. Thank you guys.